Kenya borrowed 68.7 billion Kenya shillings between September and December 2024, which translates to 572 million every day, according to a National Treasury report presented to Parliament. The document reveals that the government secured 80 new loans from both bilateral and commercial creditors during the 4 months. 3 of these loans were denominated in euros and sourced from 3 bilateral lenders, while the remaining 15 were in Chinese yuan, acquired from the China Development Bank. This borrowing translates to 17.2 billion Kenya shillings per month, 23.83 million per hour, and 397,292 Kenya shillings per minute. The bilateral loans, which will be repaid in euros, attract interest rates ranging from 0.25% to 1.23% annually. Some also carry an annual commitment fee of 0.5% and an upfront fee of 0.25% of the total commitment. Meanwhile, all the China Development Bank loans, which must be repaid in yuan, come with an annual interest rate of 4% and an upfront fee of 0.5%. This borrowing spree comes at a time when concerns are growing over the sustainability of Kenya's public debt, which has surpassed 12 trillion shillings. The country's revenue collection remains depressed, and the foreign exchange market continues to experience turbulence. Treasury data indicates that Kenya's debt servicing obligation for the 2024 and 2025 financial year is 1.85 trillion Kenyan shillings. In October 2023, Parliament replaced the 10 trillion shilling debt ceiling with a debt anchor set at 55% of the GDP in net present value terms. However, this target is expected to be achieved by 2029, as the current debt level stands at 62% of GDP. The funds from the euro-denominated loans are allocated for projects such as the National System Control Center (NSCC), for the electricity grid, Kenya reform financing, and budgetary support. 3 billion loan from Italy, for instance, is intended to stabilize the economy, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and support climate-related institutional reforms. It will also finance urban transport, forestry, land use, and climate finance programs. The loan, which will be repaid between 2032 and 2045, carries an annual interest rate of 1.23%. Germany has provided 8.1 billion Kenyan shillings through the Kenya Reform Financing Initiative to support reform-oriented expenditures of the Kenyan budget. The loan, which will be repaid in euros over 13 years, carries an interest rate of 1.2%, with a 0.25% commitment fee on undisbursed amounts. A 4.6 billion loan from France will be used to build a stable and cyber-resilient NSCC. This loan, which will be repaid in euros between July 2030 and January 2045, has an annual interest rate of 0.8%. The CDB loans are primarily earmarked for infrastructure projects. Subscribe to Online Community KE for more jaw-breaking stories. See you in the next one.